You're listening to WZMB 24-hour emergency broadcast to anybody here stuck on Charge Island. We are approaching 2 years since the outbreak hit, coming at the end of the week here. It is October 5th, 2014. Alright, let's see here. First things first, I want to go into our broadcast from yesterday, and let me bring that up here real quick. Last night, and if you're not in the know, I apologize, but we've got some bad news this morning. The Walmart Refugee Center got completely destroyed last night, overrun. It was one of the better secured, one of the better stocked, of course. It's in a frickin' Walmart. But unfortunately, when you have 2 double doors and 3 different service entrances, you're going to have problems. So if you were on your way to Walmart, please divert your course, stay away from the area for at least 72 hours. It is to be considered highly dangerous. I'm pulling up our population estimate tracker that I've got here on this lovely little sheet. We are now at approximately 345 people left out of a former population on the island of around 3,000, so they're making short work of us. Not counting anybody at Walmart, I haven't got the exact specs from that yet. My sources have not radioed in because, surprisingly, they're probably on foot by now, but the confirmed dead, not including that, are as follows. Michael Walters, Sandy Harrison, Lamont Forrest, Jill Whitaker, Daniel Whitaker, Amelia Whitelow, Jean Bradley, Samantha Peters, Todd Farlow, and Don Matthews. 2 years, folks. We've been doing this for 2 years. I'm repeating the same basic stuff day in and day out, hoping that I might get some new information. And for those of you with little ham radios or little portable radios, anything you've got, if you're listening, you should know better by now. I've been doing this since the outbreak hit, and I'm probably going to do it until the day that my little penthouse gets overrun. For those of you not in the know, the WZMB studio is my fucking apartment on the 2nd floor downtown. That little building, the little ugly-ass round one on Main Street, yeah, that's my place. Stop in, say hello. Actually, don't. I've got the place pretty well zombie-proofed. Netting around the doors and walks, the wooden stairwells. Can you believe they still use wooden stairwells? I just broke that, because if I need to, I can climb down, but the zombies can't climb up. I'm pretty well stocked here, thanks to a couple of handouts and just local scavenging. And my pops being a pretty heavy pusher of the whole emergency food storage. So I'm doing okay and doing what I do because I hope that at some point FEMA will grant our request for aid. Although I fear whatever they do now will be too little too late. I mean, they put the military quarantine in since the first month, and at that point, as we all know, they've pretty much just given up on us here at Charge Island, so we have to fend for ourselves. But pretty soon, the food is going to run out, and eventually, we all know what's going to happen. Let's just keep praying for somebody to find out. If anybody can find a way to get online and spread the word through the internet, that'd be fantastic, but with all communications shut off, I don't think that's possible. I don't think they'd want people to know about Charge Island and about what happened here. Yeah. Too much of an inconvenience to them, but they don't want to kill us. Wouldn't that just be easier? Just if they just dropped a bomb or something, said it was an accident. Good. Okay. Basic zombie safety tips. First off, if you are still somehow not in an established refugee camp, the following refugee camps are still viable. You've got the one in the library on the 2nd floor there. A lot of bookshelves, a lot of books. Doesn't have the most food, but they make do. You've got the one at the hospital. They're doing okay. I mean, they got all the medical supplies you could imagine. Let's see here. There's one at the old military base. They're pretty well armed. They got the equipment that you need there. But just be warned, the area's been pretty heavily infested lately. Those guns make a lot of noise, and the guys down there insist on testing the weapons out at all hours of the night, which I keep trying to tell them is a really bad idea. And one day, they're going to run out of ammo. And while I'm throwing around shout-outs here, I just want to give a special shout-out to all of you who are still not in a refugee camp, not because you're not able to reach one, but because you say, hey, it's the end of the world and I can be a Robinson Crusoe, living off my own work and sweat and tears and fuck everyone else. Well, you know what? You're a damn blight on the society. You guys are the absolute worst. You are a waste of time and energy. You are making our lives so much more difficult than it needs to be. Fuck you. Okay. Now just the usual routine. Basic zombie safety tips. For those of you who are traveling, remember basic stuff, guys. You've all seen movies, and it works pretty much the same way. Hit him in the head. 2 guys who were killed a week ago. I'm going to repeat this story until I stop hearing about stuff like this. I'm going to repeat this story until I figure you guys have all got it. These 2 guys used a homemade flamethrower to douse the zombie in fire. The zombie's already dead, man. All you're doing is making a moving dead thing that's covered in fire. Go for the head. Blunt instruments are best. If you got a gun, great. Otherwise, get something heavy. You want something like a shovel, an axe, a damn 2x4. Even though you got to get kind of close, it'll still do the trick. Don't waste your time with sledgehammers. They're too damn heavy. You'll get one good shot and then you'll be exhausted. Do not, under any circumstance, sleep out in the open, and do not sleep in the daytime. If you need to get sleep, sleep at night. I know you think, ooh, nighttime's when I should be on the alert, but you know what? These guys are still using their eyes. It's not the thing they use primarily. Yeah, they go by scent and hearing. It's all muted, but they still use their eyes. If they see you, they're going to come after you. Sleep at night, find a nice cozy nook, and make damn sure that it's indoors and near a wall. You need to only have, under an ideal circumstance, only one way the zombies can get to you. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but still. This is basic stuff, guys. I mean, by now, there's no excuse. This is rookie stuff. This is serious. You should know this by now. You've been out there. I'm safe. I'm one of the safe ones. Those of you who are traveling, I am picking up these tips from people who are out there. I'm not just shooting my mouth off. This is what they've experienced. Oh, and another thing. If you see zombies, don't just go running towards them like you're going to do something. Don't just go and say, oh, hey, there's only 2 of them. We can kill them, and then we're getting rid of some of the threat. No. There's never just 1 or 2. There's more nearby. If you see any of them, you could see one all by itself in the middle of a field with a gun that you can shoot from a distance, and I would still say, don't do it. You are just exposing yourself. They're not exactly smart, but they hunt in packs. We do not need anybody playing goddamn cleanup on these things, alright? The time for that is past. Now we just gotta survive. Anyways, it is currently October 5th, 2014, 2 years since the outbreak hit, and I'm going to wrap up my report for now. If you are listening to the station, I will be back in 4 hours, looks like, for the morning report. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you off on this lovely little tune, which hopefully you'll enjoy just as much as I did. Stay safe out there, everyone.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my